Hi, Jonathan, back with you once again. We're at day 234 now, and this 365-day journey to try and get to 240k. It's been a few days since I actually shot a video because movement's fairly slow, so we're at Thursday the 23rd of April. So today is another split test I'm running right at the moment, and it's a catch up on some numbers as well. So actually what I did before this, I ran a split. The last split test I did was basically, that moves up here, was just two different headlines, basically keeping the rest of the copy exactly the same. This is a headline here I'd used in the past, so I thought I'd try that, but with adding in the Myelin method. And I ran this for about 1,000 visits to each page to give it a really good test. And actually, my original one, the control, managed to sort of stay ahead the whole way. So basically, I had to call that test. And now the next split test I'm running is this one, where I'm using the same headline in both. But what I wanted to do is actually see the impact of putting a pricing and a button high up in that first field of view. Because bear in mind, I do mention the price of it actually in the ad. So I was just intrigued to know whether people were already almost pre-sold on it and were just ready to see it and then click straight down to it. Now this has only just started running. Early indications are that this is not going to work. And you know, I sort of get it, because actually we need time on the page to tell people the story about Myelin and why it makes a difference. So yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm going to give it maybe another day or two, because the thing is, now I'm running at a lot lower ad budget. Previously I was at £400 a day. Now I'm sat at £200 a day, and just very wary about scaling it up at the moment, because of the problems I had. It's sort of just put me off. I know I really need to do it and to see what happens, so probably that's what I'm going to be doing next. But the fact is, while I'm at half that level of spend, it's going to take me longer to gather the data, which is why I've shot less videos, because I've really got less to share with you and see what's happening. Anyway, so what I've done, I've given you a quick view over the last, it wasn't 7 days, I think it's 6 days actually, what I've done in sales, ad spend and profit. Now the good news is that it's currently running at about a 45% profit margin on that. In the week before, it was at 48%, so it's dropped a little bit, but at 45% it's pretty good still. So almost doubling my money on ad spend. So let's have a look at what else has been happening. So as I said, it's very much a roller coaster, but my monthly sales, are far lower. As when I was spending £400 a day, I was more at 24,000 rather than 14. But that said, the conversion rates are a bit better. Now this is just basically today, because I was just looking at actually what's happening. It's 7:15 in the evening, to see what's happened between these split tests. And this is my control here, coming in at the 5%, and this is my split test with that offer price visible straight away. It's about half the rate, which is why I'm not keen on letting this run too much longer, because if another day reveals those same sort of split, I may as well just call it straight away if I don't think they're going to get close, because this is just wasting money down here. So that's one good thing to notice. The other thing is, if I have a look at this is over the last 6 days. My cost per purchase is doing pretty well now at £10.95, which is really good. I don't know whether it changed much from yesterday. Yesterday it was cheaper at £8.58, which is probably the cheapest I've seen it for a long time. So we got a good ROI then at 1.54 there on the front end plus some back end. So some good days in amongst that. I guess my break even now is, what does it need to be? $270 a day is the break even now, and as at today we're obviously not doing as well as we had been doing. We're at 223, so all being well we're breaking to profit, but obviously nothing like yesterday where it was at 518. So yeah, almost doubled the money yesterday, so that's good. So yes, where are we at in things? I think for probably the rest of April, probably the last week now, what I'm going to be doing is probably I'll tweak the ad budget up a little bit. We'll probably take this up to probably to 220, and then let's see what happens really. As I say, I have been very wary about that and about changing it, but if we have a look, it's suggesting that I could get more. Let me move myself out here. Look, this is what it's saying. If according to what I spend here, what it's likely to deliver, suggesting a budget of £338. So yeah, I don't think this is very accurate at all. So I'm sort of going to take not much notice of that. I probably will just add an extra £20 a day on it and leave that for a couple of days, and then I'll check back with this split test and see whether we can call that. I've already got another split test in mind for this page, so if I don't see any real difference over the next day, 2 days maximum, then I'll be implementing another split test. But overall, this is this approach works well. If I look at the click-through rates, are pretty good. The unique click-through rate's 4%, outbound 2.39. There's still obviously more we can do on the creative side. So let's see. I don't know which ads are pulling in the sales. If we looked at the last 7 days, and we looked at the purchases, so it tends to be there's a 13-second video, a static image, a 1 minute video, again that's a static image, and a carousel. So carousels good. Cost per purchase on it, so it just shows there's a real mix of stuff going on in there. And because I'm using the old creative at the moment, I could definitely update that and play on the Mylan method into the creative. I might even drive an even higher click-through rate. Again, that's what I should do. So I've just been so swamped with this new product for this market that we're going to be launching in a matter of a few weeks now, so that's taken all my time, so I have been a bit distracted from this, but thankfully this has been running by itself in the background and running profitably, so we're all good. And then probably come beginning of May, going to have to really start to crank things up a bit, because we're then down to our last 3 months in the year to try and see if we can hit this $240,000 target that I've been chasing all year. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll no doubt come back to you very soon. All right, bye for now.